On this episode of the Bozo podcast, the boys talk about where it all started. Nathan has a secret kissing confrontation, and Dan turns into a f***ing drawing. Welcome to the Bozo Show.
So the show. It's the Bozo.
It's the Bozo Show.
It's the Bozo Show, for real.
The Bozo Show with a couple of bozos.
Couple of guys. Couple of goons.
Couple guys being dudes.
The dude policy is coming out. I'm saying, what does it imply to be a dude? Couple guys being dudes.
Ooh, I actually have a great. Me and my coworkers are talking about this.
You've talked about a definitive. What is it? What is guys being guys?
Listen,
come on, can we define this?
Here's the question we were stuck on. Okay, mm-hmm. When does a boy become a man, and when does a girl become a woman? Like, what ages classify? Like, what kind of label you get?
Okay. Spiritually, a boy becomes a man when he does war. For sure. Well, I think we can all agree on this. One point we can all handshake. If you've been to war, you come out the other side, you're definitely not a boy.
Unless you're in the military these days, you're not a man.
You're not a man.
So that means you and me are boys.
Well, there's caveats. So we know for sure if you've been to war, you may not be a man, but you're not a boy anymore for sure.
Okay.
Interesting. Right? What have you guys, because it sounds like you guys have some.
My classifications was that you're a boy until you hit like 18, then you become like a dude, right?
Okay.
And then as you're like a college kid, you don't really have your life figured out, but you're clearly not like a youngin', then you're a dude. And then once you become like an adult and you have like your job and like your life together, like you and me, I would consider us guys.
Guys.
Right?
We're guys.
And then a man is like, you get super fucking jacked and you're a big burly like lumberjack dude.
Yeah. Like
you can be a 25-year-old man if you're a big and old guy. But you become a true man, like most people, like average build, like us. Most people become a man when they hit like 40, and maybe they're like a dad or something.
No, I agree. I think like full adulthood is not reached for a while. Yeah. Because people will be like, you're an adult now. For most, like, if you're, at least for the college ages up to college, I feel like you're not an adult for most of society.
You're not even an adult in college. You're just a teenager who made it out of the house, basically.
I agree.
Seeking higher education.
I do like, instead of just going, I didn't even realize that we were doing subcategories. You're from a dude to a guy.
I broke it down.
Now you're full adult.
Well, when you go on the flip side, right? Like, when does a girl become a woman? You don't look at someone and be like, that's a woman. Like
that's a woman.
You're like that's my girl. Like that's even fair. When you're like my dad who's 50 whatever the fuck would be like, oh, that's my girl. I mean, he would say that's my wife. Yeah. See, they're married, but like
if they were,
you know married. What I mean? Like a girl doesn't become a woman until they're like a big strong single businesswoman or they're like an old lady, But then when does a woman become a lady, you know what I mean? Like I think there's
background. I think it goes from girl, lady to woman.
No, because like when you see an old woman, you don't go it's an old woman, you go it's an old lady. So like a lady is like, plus like when you say lady, it's kind of like rude. Like, look at this fucking lady, you know what I mean?
I feel like woman. If I say. I don't know how I feel about this.
It's tough to break it down.
I feel both calling someone woman and lady both feel wrong. Like, hey, woman.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen up, woman.
Girls are girls forever. They don't become women. It's like, this is the fallacy we're getting into. But guys can become men.
Okay, so guys. It's like, I think when we figured it out, women's state is based on a man's state. Because like if I'm a little kid and I'm talking to big. Or maybe that's just
that's what I was getting into. Like it's all perspective, right? Yeah. Like if you're like a 14-year-old, you're like that's a lady, that's a woman. Lady, even if it's like a 30-year-old, you're like this old lady, you know what I mean? But if like me right now, I look around, it's like most people, if they don't look older, are girls. Like it's still classified.
I'll say there's a lot of people who are like a decent amount older than me, but they dress up and they're cutesy. It feel weird calling them like I think they.
It's just girls. It's girl.
They're girls. They're girls. They say, but girlies.
For guys, there's like multiple stages. Like for girls, it's either girl or lady. I feel like women doesn't even come in women. When I think of women, it's like Pokemon or something. Like a single businesswoman, like boss ass bitch, like boss girl boss. Yeah, that's what I think of when I think of woman. Or just like it's connotated in a negative way. It's fucking woman.
So basically, men. We don't need to do any work. Women get to work.
Yeah, women got to be like some sort of successful or something.
Man, we just got to get old, and then we're like, all right, we're full men now.
It's an intrinsically sexist argument sometimes, but if you like, what we were doing at work was we were looking around at our coworkers and be like, all right, what is she? And I'm like, that's a girl. And there's like, what is he? I was like, that's a dude. And there's like, they're like, no, it's either boy or man. I was like, but he's a dude. Like he's not a boy or a man. Like I don't know why it's so easy to jump to dude or guy as like an in between, but for girl it's like either girl or woman, and then like the occasional old lady will pop in.
Occasional old lady.
It was a long tangent we went on at work for like a good 30 minutes. It was ridiculous.
I think woman, we just put out of use. We
we just get rid of it.
We just get rid of it.
Throw it out.
I don't like calling people women.
No.
Women's the group terminology.
Yeah, women's like encapsulating the whole gender.
I think it's the whole thing. I definitely don't think there's not a time where I'm normally calling someone a woman.
Yeah,
I'll say girl.
You don't use
lady.
it as like a general singular pronoun and encapsulates all women.
But I'll say man sometimes. Full grown man.
Yeah, like a grown ass man.
Man. But
you're not like looking at like Noah or something and being like, he's a man. No, Noah's a guy. You know, it's just like it just breaks it down.
Throw a picture in Throw a picture of Noah right now.
Noah.
Put up Noah right now. Put like a little booger coming from
No, fucking he's a goddamn handlebar mustache, bro. He looks like a damn biker. Ridiculous.
A biker. Can we throw up a picture of Noah in a motorcycle?
Oh, dude, we should talk about the party we had last weekend. All the outfits.
Oh, the 90s themed birthday party.
So our good friend Jackson had a 90s themed birthday party.
Yep.
And of course, our house is going to go all out. So we all dressed up.
Yeah.
Nathan was looking like a 90s Christian in a sweater and
sitcom,
white jeans.
Classic sitcom.
He had his beautiful blonde hair flowing.
I went to Goodwill. I had like a hand knitted turtleneck that was the entire print went sideways, and then like for this bottom half it'd be like neon yellow. Sick. The top was white.
We were shown out in the bright colors for the 90s.
We walked around to the party.
We walked to the party too.
With just like a speaker blasting 90s music.
Yeah, the neighbors were looking at us.
The neighbors, there were multiple neighbors that we passed on the way, and I'm sure they're just like, what?
Dude, we got some fucking looks.
Seb was dressed like a full-on.
Seb had like a backwards like poker hat, like the thin like visor, and then like sunglasses,
and it was like chrome
ski jacket,
rainbow,
like windbreaker. Oh, dude, it was bad.
He was dressed like a mix between like PC principal from South Park and a gym teacher. Like he definitely. Noah looked like he sold drugs.
Noah had the handlebar mustache, white pants, a purple like
Hawaiian
down
floral.
Hawaiian shirt. It was like the short sleeve.
Yeah,
and then Birkenstocks, like the Jesus sandals. So he
socks
looked like
and sandals.
He looked like a Miami Coke dealer.
Yes,
like one that is selling to people who like wouldn't know how to buy drugs, and he's just scamming the shit out of them. But then he gets in one altercation where the guy knows more than him, and he gets pushed around.
He's white collar.
He gets pushed around by like the real drug addicts.
Yeah. I feel like your outfit just reminded me of like a kid that they dressed up in the 90s, like just like full like really bright colored shirt with the little hat on.
I didn't go to the thrift store with everybody, so I didn't pick out like a personalized outfit, so I just had to work with what I had. So I have a pair of black jeans, and then I had like a teal Champion like oversized t-shirt. Right. So what I did was I took the black jeans and I rolled up the cufflinks on the bottom so that my like long socks were showing, and then I put on a pair of white Nike skateboarding shoes I have. Basically just look like Converse, but they're Nike.
You and Noah standing next to each other look so funny. It literally looked like you guys were about to film like a Say No to Drugs PR
I was
campaign.
going to get scammed for the drugs, and Noah was going to sell the drugs to me. That's what it looked like with us together. But then I ended up tucking my shirt with a belt and then putting on a backwards hat. So I literally looked like a Nickelodeon like game show contestant.
No, yeah. You look like you'd pull up with a skateboard, but you'd instead of being like the "What's up, fellow kids," you'd actually just look like one of the kids.
Like any like school like Say No to Drugs infomercial. Like I'm like the little skater kid with the backwards hat and the tucked in shirt. Like I could have been on an episode of Full House or something like that.
He should have said no to drugs, but he did not.
No, I did not.
He did not.
I actually had a lot of drugs that night. No, just kidding. Just alcohol.
Yeah,
we got really fucking drunk, and then you guys walked home. We went to Whataburger.
Yep.
Which is the classic Texas thing to do when you get fucking hammered.
I think it's also the first time I've ever seen. I don't even know what it's the giant beers. Like the biggest beer I've ever seen.
Jackson for some reason bought like tall boys of Trulies, like 40s.
There was like some taller ones, but like this was like the biggest tall boy I've ever seen.
Oh yeah,
like they were huge. Massive. Like I think it had like 2.5 beers per can.
You know what I should have done? I should have done the bit where I always do this bit lately where I pick up something and I go hello with a can and it's just like comically large like non-phone object. That's hilarious.
Did that before we left to the party.
Yeah, I do that all the time
you had 2 beers that you put in your ass while we were walking. Okay. And then you're like, oh, hello, a beer's calling.
Jackson instructed us that we're playing, like we've had a couple parties before at Jackson's and he's always like, we should play beer kart. We never do it. This time he was like, we're for sure playing beer kart tonight, so be prepared. Yep. So what I did was the week before I had bought a bunch of Michelob Ultras, like a 12 pack or whatever.
Little baby guys.
But that's the thing. I bought them not knowing they were baby guys. I just thought like, oh, I'll get some Michelobs because I was on a cut for lifting. So I was trying to cut down the calories because I had a wedding or whatever. So I bought these Michelobs and then I get to the party and open the box and they're these tiny like little like you know like the mini Sprite cans, like the mini sodas. It's mini Michelobs. So I drank like 9 out of the 12 of these at the first party like 2 weeks ago.
So like 2.5 beers for that.
Yeah, like literally it didn't even get me that drunk. I had to like throw some shots in there because they were literally these tiny cans. Yeah. But I had 3 left over that I threw in the fridge. So what I did was I put one in my back pocket and one in the other back pocket. Actually, I gave them to Nathan.
You ended up giving it to me before we left. I had stretchy jeans.
I didn't have stretchy pants. My jeans were tight, so walking with the 2 cans in my back pocket would have been miserable.
You would have bursted them with your ass bones.
Oh my god, my fucking hips would have bursted out of those.
You sprung a leak, dude. Your ass is leaking at the party.
Dude, I already got there and I was like damp and sweat.
Because it's so humid. It's so
been
humid.
raining a lot in Texas.
Yep.
But these mini cans were my cheat code for Beerio Kart because I would literally just have the tiny. Everyone would be drinking like a full ass like Truly like skinny like taller cans, and I just had this little tiny baby can.
That's just not allowed. 2 seconds. Dude, that cannot be allowed.
Number 1, baby.
Number one. What can I say?
I'm fucking him. Oh my god, it was easy.
Dude, I don't even know why we're starting this channel.
I don't even know either. No, it's because for me personally, I used to be a streamer. I'm assuming the people that are going to watch our show initially are going to be like returning viewers from me, so they know. I used to be a world record Pokestock world record holder, speedrunning. I used to stream all the time, doing runs and stuff like that. And then I started trying to like get out of that niche because I got pigeonholed a little bit, where that's like the only thing people knew me for. So I tried to start doing other content. Some success, some not success. I've kind of transitioned my content into doing more video essay type stuff. But the video essays are like slow to churn out because I also have a full-time job to pay the bills. Yeah. So one video a month is not enough. So I wanted to basically start a more chill, more relaxed, and basically re-spark the fun that I have making content that I used to have streaming, but do it with my friend and my roommate Nathan. Wow. So yeah, now we have this channel, which we're going to be doing a podcast, a IRL video, and a gaming video every week. So 3 videos a week. And I think it'll be super manageable because the editing will be super chill and relaxed, and we're only recording once a week, all 3 videos in one day. So it should be, just shooting the shit, having fun. And it'll give my viewers who are starving for content, because I'm only posting 1 video a month right now. Yeah.
Something else to watch.
Something to get back into hearing about my daily life and stuff like that, because I used to yap a lot on stream.
Big yapper.
And I feel like me and Nathan are both very hardworking and dedicated.
Very, very, very
and reliable. So it's the perfect person to start a little show with and see where it goes.
For me, I've always enjoyed doing content stuff. I've been doing video editing for a pretty long time now. I don't have any other job. I've made some videos for my own channel. I think I just have especially recently, I've been helping a lot of other people with their production stuff, just here with friends. I feel like just having somebody else to do stuff with gets rid of the hardest part for me, which is just all right, let me sit down and commit to doing a thing. Yeah. It's a lot nicer having somebody else. So immediately when I have an idea, we can talk it, we can agree on something.
It's also so much more motivating that way. Yeah. Like trying to work through an idea yourself, it's you have to I find myself trying to force myself to edit or force myself to script write. Yeah. Playing the game's the easy part. But with this, it's low effort, not through it's not lack of effort, but it's low effort, because we're still going to be trying to produce like really good content.
Yeah.
But it's just going to be like more fun than stressful. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I agree. Having somebody else to like, we're also like taking certain burdens off of each other. So like neither one of us are getting like one full thing, and we just have to sit through and like, so even still like the work process will still be lighter for us than just individually us making a video.
Yeah.
And I think for me, like, it's a lot easier for me to sit down and be like, I'm going to do this because me and Dan set this time aside, versus like, if I'm making a video for myself, I'm like, I can just sleep. Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, there's no harm's going to come if I do nothing for my own thing, because I don't even have like a setup schedule.
Yeah.
I'm not losing out by not starting immediately outside of, technically you are, but it feels a lot easier to let that slide than when you're working with someone else.
I find myself like always putting obviously work and stuff like that first, or like projects for other people, or like going and hang out with friends first, because that's like the fun and responsible parts of life that I need to take care of. Like, I'm not gonna like reject plans with people I enjoy hanging out with.
Yeah.
But having someone else hold me accountable, and like the success of this channel is going to be reliant on us two working together and splitting the work, and really just trying to keep it light and fun. Yeah. Which I think you're the perfect person to start a channel with. So I think it's gonna be good.
Hell yeah. I mean, like, I think like of most of the people that like I've met and talked to, and especially like getting to know you a lot earlier on, than a lot of the new people that I met while in like Texas, I feel like you're pretty like motivated to do stuff. I think that you actually enjoy like making content, doing stuff. You're really easy to work with. So I've always thought like I'm down to start a bunch of stuff with everyone. You know?
Nathan's always been like, dude, let's just record. Like, I don't care what it is. Let's just make shit. Let's make shit. And this idea has been brewing in my head for a little bit. But I just wanted to do something super chill and fun. So I think it'll be a good time. So, oh, dude, I have a fucking... So, for the month of May, I was in and out of town twice. Because I had a bachelor party to go to.
Yeah, that's right.
For my sister, or I guess my new brother-in-law bachelor party, because I was in the groom's party. And then my sister got married at the end of the month to said groomsman, or groom, or whatever.
Congratulations, groomer.
Congrats, big sis.
Just gonna ignore what I said. Just go over it. Groomer. Congratulations, groomer.
It didn't register. I was just like, what the fuck? But so I fly to New York beginning of the month. It's like late April. And I know most of the guys, but the other half I kind of don't know. It's basically like my sister's friend group in high school, and then the groom's like college friends, basically. Yeah. And I've met a few of like the college guys a little bit, but I don't really know them that well. But I land late at night on like a Wednesday or something, and I immediately just like go to sleep, and then wake up and I'm in a car at like 5 a.m. and we're driving. So
you're like dead tired.
I'm exhausted, like literally. Like I'd worked the day before and then just went straight on a flight. But we're going to like Connecticut or something. Yeah. We're going to a little upstate retreat, whatever, some nice like Airbnb by the.
Is this leading up to the wedding?
This is the bachelor party.
Okay, yeah.
So I get in this car, I'm like, hey, what's up? I haven't seen you in a while. I probably haven't seen it's my sister's high school friends. I probably haven't seen them in like 3 or 4 years at this point, because I've been living in Texas for 2 years. And we arrive at a house out east. Yeah. And again, another person I haven't seen in like 3 or 4 years, whatever. Then the college guys show up. I'm like, hey, what's going on? Like, nice to see you, nice to meet you, or And we go and we're going to a ferry to go across from Northern Long Island to Connecticut.
Perfect.
So we're sitting in this parking lot and we're waiting, and we decide to get out and go skip rocks on the beach, and it's taking a while. And then all of a sudden, like, the foghorn blows, and we have to like get back in the car and get on the ferry to go to Connecticut. Yeah. And as we're driving up to like give our tickets to the guy and get on the ferry, there's people who walk onto the ferry, and like they don't have a car, and they're just trying to get to Connecticut on foot. So it's this like couple, and then they have like these 2 older people with them. Yeah. And as we're driving up, we're like next in line to get our tickets, and I look over and this old lady has just a piece of toilet paper just hanging out of the back of her pants, and it's like it's so long. It was going from the back of her waistband all the way down to the ground, and she's just shuffling along like she just dropped like a fucking old lady shit in the whatever
Graham, no.
miserable ferry toilet. And I pointed out, I'm like, dude, no fucking way.
Don't point it out, Grandma. Dude, she's so poor.
We all looked over and started fucking cracking up and roasting this poor lady. And then
don't say she noticed.
No, but Jesse, who was driving, is like also pointing and making fun of, and he blows past the fucking guy who's taking the tickets.
Did he kill Grandma?
No, he just sped past the guy who was supposed to like get our tickets to get on the ferry. And the guy's like, whoa, 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 and like bangs on the window, and he's like slams on the brakes. He's like, oh shit, I fucked up.
My bad.
And he's like, oh, sorry, my bad.
Too busy laughing at you. See that shit, dude? You see that though?
Like, I don't know how the ferry guy wasn't cracking up or like said something. I don't know. He was just like stone faced, like ignoring it. So we get on the ferry, whatever. We're all laughing about it.
Yeah.
We're riding across. I took a nap. I think it's like an hour long ferry ride. Like the Long Island Sound or whatever is pretty big.
Is it like a romantic ferry ride?
It was literally like a little like couples getaway, but just with like 8 guys. You know what I mean?
In my head, I don't know why. Maybe it's profiling of the area. I just imagine just like swamp, fucking all this shit.
No. It's rocky beaches, northern Long Island. Then like it's just like a big bay. It's the Long Island Sound, so it's like the country kind of comes this way, and then Long Island comes back across. So it's just like a little triangle sliver, of water. But it took like an hour to get across, and then once we're like getting close to docking, we go out onto we go out to like the top of the ferry, like where you can sit in the sun.
Yeah.
And there's like outdoor seating, so you could like look over the bay while you're pulling into the docks. And this lady comes up, and she's like, oh, look, it's Speed Racer. And it's one of the older, not the one with the toilet paper, but one of the older women that were with this older couple.
Group.
Or maybe they weren't even, I don't even think they were together. Maybe they were just like both walkers. Yeah. And they just happened to be like next to each other.
The Mo people.
But she's like, oh, hey, it's Speed Racer. And then she starts like flirting up with him. She's like smoking a cigarette, and she's like, where are you boys off to? And we're just like, oh, like we're up here for like bachelor party. We're just like going to Mystic, Connecticut was the town we were going to. And she's like, oh, you're not going to the I think it was like the Foxwoods or something casino.
Yeah. And
they're like, no, we're gonna head there at some point, like during the weekend. And she's like, oh, maybe I'll see you there. And she's like flirting up with him.
Did you take it? Did you
No,
guys?
Dude. Well, everyone but I was the only single one in this expedition.
She's putting out bait for some young sailors.
Literally, she's a cougar trying to hit on our friend Jesse, who was driving the ar. And
Speed
he's just
Racer's
like,
a funny
he's like,
opener.
dude, I think I just got fucking hit on. Like, what the fuck? I mean, we were like, yeah, obviously you did. Like, what the fuck?
Of course, Speed Racer, this little stud coming out.
Oh, dude, and then as we were like leaving again, she ran into us as we were heading back to the cars, like to get back into the cars to drive off. She was like, see you later, Speed Racer. And we were just like, oh my god. So the trip was off to a rocky start, but then from that point on, it was pretty smooth. We had this really nice Airbnb with like an indoor pool, because it was like,
fuck, that's nice.
It's like Connecticut in early May, like early May. Mm-hmm. So it's still like 50-60 degrees out. So indoor you go outside, nice, it's freezing, but then the indoor pool was just like divine. But the thing is, what we didn't realize is that every time you use the pool, you have to recover it.
Oh. So
we didn't do that. So when we woke up in the morning,
frozen over?
No, all the windows were like steamed up, like all the condensation from the cold to hot, and it was just like damp in there, like all the
like it is outside was, right now.
literally all that water was like evaporating into the air of the indoor pool, and then it was just like a fucking
the greenhouse effect,
bowl of
dude.
Soup. Yeah, it's crazy. You're literally walking into a bowl of soup every time you enter that room.
You had fun at that wedding though. I know we got sent some lovey dovey text messages from you.
So there's a thing my friends like to say. Okay, Seb likes to say, our roommate Seb, Mr. Logo Man.
Yeah.
He likes to say that I'm always 1 or 2 domestic light beers away from becoming gay.
Which mostly
is kind of
your track record.
My track record doesn't.
Not yeah.
It doesn't show
It doesn't show not that.
It doesn't defend my case against that,
for sure.
basically. I'm a pretty open-minded guy. I don't know. When I get a little drunk, I like to kiss the boys. It's whatever. I don't like sue me. I don't know. But
which you're still mad at me for not kissing you. We can get to that. We can get to that. Finish your story first.
Oh my God. What was I talking about? The wedding?
You're talking about getting pretty drunk and sending some lovey messages.
Oh yeah. So I'm at this wedding, and it's my sister and her boyfriend of 14 years. Like, this guy's been in my life since I was like 10 years old, right?
Just crazy.
Like, they started dating when they were like juniors and seniors in high school, and I was like a 5th grader. You know what I mean?
That's love. That's romance.
Yeah, they really stood the test of time. But so it was a really fun wedding. They tried to like get through the ceremony and stuff like that, and pictures and whatnot pretty quickly. But it was just a case where like the entire groom's party and the entire bridal party were all like friends. So it was just like the lead up to the wedding, like all that was like
long
fun.
time family relationship with that. Yeah, everyone
basically
should know each other.
all the family, like the town's friends and the college friends, like know each other because they're all 30.
Yeah,
and
all
have been
grew up
hanging
together.
out.
And
yeah, basically. So it's just like emotional time, and we were fucking dancing, and then like the bar, it was open bar, so I'm getting fucking hammered.
Open bar. I don't know what I do if there's open bar.
Dude,
I'm like, all right, time to.
I was drinking beers while getting the tuxedo, like the suit on, and then like during the wedding there was my sister. They have like a his and hers drink, so my sister's was like vodka, iced tea, lemonade sort of mixture, which is just right up my alley. You know, I fucking love the Arnold Palmer spiked vodkas. It's my favorite fucking drink.
Yeah.
I love a good Long Island iced tea. It was basically that, just like a little custom. It was very sweet, but I was hammering those, and then a lot of vodka cranberries, and this is already on top of all the beer I was having earlier.
You did not have
mimosas. I had mimosas to start the day out too, so I was a little fucked up the next day. It's funny. I had my own hotel room. So
to yourself?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Cause I was supposed to, like, my cousin was like maybe to stay with me in my room. And my brother and his girlfriend were like in the room next to me.
Yeah.
But my cousin just ended up staying with his like aunt, like my aunt and uncle, like cause they had a separate hotel.
Yeah.
So I had the room to myself, and thank fucking God, because I woke up and crawled to that toilet and blew it up. It was fucking bad.
I can't even imagine. I already, my alcohol tolerance is so low. Yeah. Going to a fucking wedding where you start the day out, dude, you're drinking, going open bar.
That's the thing.
I wouldn't have the restraint. I'd be like, there's always a beer in my hand this whole day. I mean, that's what it's for.
Previous me would have been absolutely fucking shit-faced and absolutely dying the next day. But since I've started working out and put on more weight, I've become a bit more of a heavyweight. So I probably had like 12 drinks throughout the day, like 2 mimosas, like 3 beers, and then a bunch of liquor drinks. And I just fucking troopered through that shit. Like, I went down for breakfast the next morning and I ate a bagel, and then I was like, all right, how fast can I say goodbye to everybody? Because I'm about to shit. I'm about to go round 2 and shit on the toilet again and be there for like an hour.
Alcohol shits are a whole new thing.
Yeah, and I had a timer on too, because I had to check out. I had to check out by 10 a.m. Oh, so I had a fucking time limit to, like, you know, get my shit together and get out.
That's awful. I can't imagine waking up the next day after that and having to. I would get literally stomach pains from that. Like, I wouldn't be able to walk around.
The thing is, I knew after round 2 shitting that I was fine, but then you're like, when you start to think about it, like I have a fear of like shitting my pants or like having to shit without the nearest convenient toilet, you know, like no, like if I don't know where the next toilet's gonna be, I get a little paranoid.
You get
if I'm having stomach problems, yeah, literally. So the whole entire car ride back, I'm like in my own head, like, oh, I'm gonna fucking shit myself or I'm gonna throw up or something. Yeah. Even though I knew I was completely fine by that point because I'd already eaten and I'd already emptied my stomach out, but my brother's girlfriend's like, oh, you want to stop for Starbucks? And I'm like, please God no, please God no. And Christian's like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then we're at the Starbucks, longest fucking drive-through line of all time. It's like peak noon on a weekend. Everyone's rushing to Starbucks to get their coffee, and it's like the worst location in my town. It's like on a corner of a fucking 3-lane turnpike. Oh my God, we were there for like 15 minutes.
You were just there stuck in hell.
We were stuck in the drive-through line, and then thank God the drive-thru guy when he came to take our order, because they have like the, you know, Chick-fil-A, like they got the people with the iPads and they like walk down the line. So instead of getting to like the actual like terminal, he came up and she was just like, can we just order inside? And he was like, yeah, and that was after we had already set our order.
Did you get out of the car or?
So I went to go to the bathroom because I had to pee really badly and also check if I shit myself, which I didn't. But then the guy who had on the iPad like took our order and it was ready by the like inside. So we didn't have to wait in the line to get our order. We just went and picked it up inside and they made it right away, which was super nice of that guy. But I got some banana bread and then that kind of healed me a little bit. Then I took a little bit of a nap and had this Italian sandwich place that's like goated from our hometown that my brother really likes. So he bought like everyone's sandwiches. And I woke up and had that, and then from that point on, I was like chilling. Like I had a lot of food in my stomach. I basically drank a lot of water, fully recovered. But yeah, dude, that was a fun wedding. Dude, my neighbor. Yeah. My neighbor since I was a kid. It was Pitbull, like.
Are you saying like Mr. Worldwide?
No, not my neighbor. But
okay.
That's the song that was playing.
Mr. Worldwide was there at the wedding.
The song that was playing was "Give Me Every." You know that song?
Yeah. I want.
It's like, and it was like, "Grab somebody sexy, tell them hey." So when that part played, my neighbor's mom basically knew me since I was a kid. Yeah. She grabs me from behind, like to be like, "Grab somebody sexy," and she just fucking yanks, and we fucking drop. We hit the deck.
She suplexed.
Literally pulled me down back into where I just like landed on top of her and like sprayed out. And then my brother was like, "What the fuck?" and like picked us both up. I was like, "You okay?" And she was like, "I'm fine. I'm sorry." And
I would immediately been like, "I hope you didn't break your hip."
I got assaulted, man. She yanked me to the fucking floor.
Listen, it's always your fault. It's always your fault. You got to be like, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry."
I'm just so happy that the fucking wedding photographer, videographer did not capture it. Like it's that moment is just.
You don't want to be on the wedding bloopers of you guys.
I don't want to be forever.
Suplexed.
I don't want to be forever embarrassed every family like meeting for the next like 10 years.
Who wants to watch Dan get dropped?
Yeah, literally. Actually, like just literally. Basically, if she leaned her back, I would have got suplexed. Like it was that maneuver where she grabbed me around the waist and just yanked me backwards. Except I didn't flip over and land on my neck. We just went back and I landed.
Yeah, just flat back
on my ass, basically.
Did you just like knock the wind out of her?
No, she landed like we both basically like landed on our asses.
Oh, I see.
She like let go and I like didn't fall on top of her, but she just like went down her butt and I just
imagine maximum damage, like you like being like, "What happened?" rolling over and poor Mima.
Dude,
just
I didn't even know what happened, man. I basically just hit the deck and then was like got up and was like, "What the fuck was that? Who just grabbed me?" And I turned around at her and she's like, "I'm sorry, oh my god." And then my brother's like, "Are you okay?" And then I was just like, "What the fuck?" And we went back to dancing and it was fine.
Beautiful wedding, beautiful heart-touching moment.
Yeah, it was
family.
A lot of fun. We danced a lot.
A lot of shitting came out of that story.
Yeah.
Wasn't expecting it to go down the shit road.
Dude, I
was trying to pry towards your drunk messaging, being like, "I love all you guys. We're all gonna be so amazing."
Yeah. At some point, I was just like, "Man, my sister's got such cool friends. I miss my friends. They're cool too." And then I texted you guys. I was like, "I love you guys."
So like a little paragraph, and we're like, "Dan, come home. We miss you."
Basically.
Somewhere I remember there's a shit story for me too, but I feel like maybe we should stay off the shit points. You talked about shit for so long. I'm not even joking. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna make a joke about how this is the shit segment," and I was gonna carry on with my own shit joke. But
Call me crazy. I got another shit story too. So we can just keep her going.
I don't know.
We can just send it.
We have like a 30-minute. The timeline switches from wedding to shit talk for 30 minutes, and it's literally shit talk.
Well, you mentioned TwitchCon, where I refused to kiss you. That's when my kissing boys phase started.
That is, it was due, in my opinion, to a misunderstanding.
Yeah, on your part.
No. You never asked me to kiss you.
Yes, I did.
No, you asked either Evan or Cam.
It was Evan. No, it was okay. So here's what happened. You
asked Evan to kiss you, and then Seratic afterwards was like, "Well, I want to kiss Dan too."
It was a bidding.
And then I didn't say anything because I didn't know if you wanted to kiss all three of us. Because you started just saying, "I want to kiss Evan." You didn't say, "I want to kiss all these three boys."
Evan was the original plan. Going into TwitchCon, it was like
we all wanted to steal
Evan has
Evan's
to be my
first
first boy kiss. No, it was my first.
It was your first. Fuck.
Evan had already kissed many a boy.
Fake fan.
Evan Gao, lovely bloke.
Evan Gao.
But I was like, Evan has to be my first boy kiss, and then C was like, "I want to kiss," and you were like, "I want to kiss." So I was like, "All right, rock paper scissors tournament. Winner gets second, and then the other person gets third, and you can claim to have the first. Like Evan has the first, and you can claim to have the second. You and C were supposed to fight over the second and third spot." And it was basically like an auction, like winner gets second and loser gets third. Mm-hmm. But you took it as whoever the winner is gets to kiss Dan, and the other person doesn't.
I didn't know how much boy kissing you signed up for. You never clarified. It's not my fault that somebody else was like, well, I'm going to go and kiss you now. I didn't. That's not what I thought we were signing up for, and I needed further clarification. And in the same night, like I think like 20 minutes later, you're like, so why didn't you kiss me? And I was like,
yeah,
kiss her now. And you're like, no, I'm never kissing you.
Never. Never. That's why you're the perfect person to do a show with.
Because we can't kiss. We can't kiss.
It's illegal.
That's like we'll solve
your
all
privilege.
issues.
You lost your shot.
I thought you just tried making it into a positive thing, and you immediately went back to shitting.
It was never a positive thing.
Never positive.
The boy kissing was positive. Evan and I shared a very intimate first kiss, and then Sierra was my second, and then I was like, where the fuck's Nathan? Because you had walked away.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right, he doesn't get to kiss me. If he doesn't want to kiss me, he lost his chance.
I'll say
forever you will never be able to kiss me.
I don't need to kiss you.
Mm-hmm. You wish you would have kissed me that night.
Debatable. I'm not sure, because I do think it's kind of funny that I feel like if I were to kiss you, we wouldn't have had anything from it. It would have just been a memory that's gone.
Yeah, I guess so, but now you'll never touch these sweet, soft lips.
Now I have a reason to keep chasing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Now I have a reason.
It's like a hard-to-get situation?
Yeah, I'm like...
You're only more interested now that I'm rejecting you.
Later, I'm going to get like actually mad one day. I'm like, I did this whole fucking podcast with you, and I still can't kiss you. Like a year will pass.
Like 10 years down the line. I'll be like, when can we kiss? I'm like, fucking never.
We're pitching like video ideas, and it's just like the blindfold kissing. I'm like, this is my chance. You're like, no.
You're like... fake wedding where we kiss each other at the end. Everything is just gonna lead back. Every punishment's gonna be like, if you lose, you have to kiss me.
Kiss me. That's it.
I'm like, fucking no.
That's my like ultimate. That's how the channel ends with a kiss. Whenever the channel eventually has to end, it ends with just dramatic kiss. And then it's like, that's it.
But when we get to when we're old age and we're trying to end the channel, I just start like offering it as a punishment, and then just sweating every competition, and it's like oh my god, is the channel gonna end? Is he gonna kiss? And then
the channel ends when we kiss. It sounds like that's regardless of whether or not we intend to kiss. If we kiss, the channel's done, I guess.
If it happens like next week, then we'll just do Bozo Show Part 2.
Next week.
We'll do Bozo Show Part 2, and we'll just start a second channel.
I love the second channel.
This video will be one and done. This channel will be one and done, one video done, and then the second channel.
It's gonna be like all those other channels where like they'll do like a bunch of series, but like just like it's the same logo, just the icon changes colors.
Oh yeah, like Smosh Games, Smosh Talks, or whatever the hell. It's like yellow.
And so instead of doing seasons, we just make a whole new channel every time, and every channel ends when we kiss. And we just want to. We try. It's like golf. We try to keep it to a low score. We don't want to be on Bozo Show 9.
We don't want like a year's worth of content on one channel. All right, we want to hit like 2-3 weeks max, kiss, and then start a new channel.
We're saying opposite things here. I'm saying no kissy. Keep channel going. I feel like that's an overall a negative.
See, this guy just doesn't want to fucking kiss me. Like, what the fuck's his problem?
I've taught. Play it back. Go. You watching this, reverse it all back.
You want to keep kissing to a minimum?
You're the one who...
I want to start a new channel every week and kiss you every time.
What happened to you saying we'll never kiss?
You're making it harder. I'm giving you an opportunity and you shut it down again. So now you
leave
truly
in the comments that this is fucked up, because I don't want to now the only way I can kiss you now is by resetting the channel.
Well,
now you just put like a decent cost.
How much do you want
kissing.
It?
Not enough to restart the channel when we're in the middle of starting it.
This is literally the first episode. We cannot end. No, away. You're banned. Blocked.
Don't block me.
Blocked. Not allowed.
Reach out to you. Stop. I have an issue where like if somebody will like lightly hit me or touch me, I will have a full vocal response.
Oh yeah, dude. Not even like when we're drunk, just like sometimes me and Nathan will break in. He'll just like do this at me, and then we'll break into like a slow
little
fight,
brawl.
and I'll go for the hand slap on the back of his hand, and I'll be like, "Stop! Don't do that."
It's impulsive for me and my brother play fighting. Immediately, like something starts going on, I'm like, ah!
Dude, it's impulsive for me and my fucking high school friends, where every time there's something, I have to like flick the hat, or like I do that all the time.
Your hat thing's so. Luckily, I kind of built in protection with the ponytail.
Yeah.
But like you'll fucking like full on smack as hard as you can.
I duck bill slap. I do it to Seb all the time, and he hates it.
I don't think anyone with a hat usually enjoys that.
Dude, for some reason, when I am inebriated, there's the lovey-dovey kissing boys Dan, and then there's the aggressive I'm gonna fight everybody or like play fight everybody, because I will just walk around and just backhand, like I'll just hit Seb in the chest, or David gets it a lot.
You've like full on punched one or two people by accident. You'd be like, oh, dude. Bonk.
Never like that aggressive, but I'll apologize sometimes. Dude, one time fucking Scarlett, I did like an affectionate like this like sort of thing where like oh, like you know how sometimes like Brian will get it a lot. Well, I'll just do like a light little slap like my fucking son, my boy. But Scarlett, I just did this, and I guess I was a little too drunk and I did it a little too hard.
You did a DK like slap, like
a forward smash, DK forward smash straight up like this, and she went and she went boom, fucking open hand slap in the face.
Deserved.
And I was like, ow,
Deserved.
why would you do that?
Deserved.
Yeah, it kind of.
That's what you get for making your drunk impulse to start picking fights with people. Eventually, someone's gonna be like, "Fucking stop!"
Dude, it was such like a big sis little bro moment where I was like, "Why?" And she's like, "You hit me first."
You wouldn't me, yeah.
Oh, dude.
This is where we need to establish who's the mom of the group to like mediate between these things.
Yeah. I need to be scolded sometimes. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I'll just start hitting people.
Don't hit people randomly.
It's just like some people just like they got a fucking face that is just meant to be fucked with. Yeah, like Seb and David and Noah and you.
Stop. I'm noticing a pattern. I think it's just everyone in your life.
Yeah, it's pretty much everyone I'm close to.
All the dudes or guys? All the
guys.
All the guys. You slap all the guys.
I think we're all guys at this point. We're all out of like the college phase. College is like, dude, bro.
Yeah, I'm done with college.
We're in guy phase.
I dropped out of college. You finished college.
I have a degree that unfortunately put me $80,000 in debt.
Yeah,
it used to be $90,000 like Jay Schlatt,
but
we're out of that.
We're down there. We're down
$10K
there
by now.
I think I have like $7,000 left.
Lucky.
Yep, I was going to go to a really nice college, and then my dad was like, "You're paying it for all of it yourself." And then I'm like immediately like, ooh, time to go to the state college that I got merit scholarship to and just pay as little as possible, because I went to college for music performance. Mm-hmm. And I already at that point was like in state bands and like in a bunch of prestigious programs. Mm-hmm. So because I didn't go to like a super prestigious school and I ended up doing the one that I could afford to pay for myself, like the level that I was performing at was like way, way worse.
You're just way ahead of the curve.
So it's just like, why am I spending all this time and money? I'm like, I could be working a job right now. Even while my first year of going to college and working, I did it full time. I saved up like $8,000 or $10,000 by the end of the year. I was like, if I just could work instead of going to college, like in a few years, I could buy a house. And then I ended up moving here and all my money went down the drain.
Yeah.
But now I'm working my way back up.
I was in a different situation where I was like not forced, but it was like expected that I went to college because my brother and sister were like in college. My mom was like, "You have to get a degree and get a job," and I was not on the content wave yet, where I knew what I wanted to do. Yeah. So I decided to go to film school to a very expensive private college. That, to be fair, I had a decent scholarship, and my dad was going to pay for the first semester. But everything after that, I'm covering myself. Which,
I mean, the scholarships, I think, are made to be deceptive. I mean, like, when we go into a school where it's like, some schools, literally like 70% of the students are on scholarship. So it's like, ooh, the price of going to our school is like $60,000, but we'll give you $30,000 off. So it's only $30,000 a year.
They just raise the tuition so you pay exactly what the people without scholarships were paying before. But then the people without scholarships get absolutely fucking dicked if they want to go to college because then the tuition's doubled. Yep. So it's just stupid. But the problem I had was I was a very naive and not looking like nowadays I'll be like, I plan a lot of stuff ahead and I don't like not having a plan for just like life or whatever, you know, what my week looks like or whatever. But before, when I was in school, like high school, like junior year, I didn't fucking care. Junior is when I stopped caring about everything, because I was just like, I just want to play sports and have a good time and play video games, and which is like the worst year to do it, because that's when you have to take SATs and ACTs and your AP classes, and your grades have to be good because colleges are looking at you. To be fair, even though I wasn't studying or trying or anything, I still kind of kept my grades up and did fine on the SATs. Yeah. And I got into like a good school. The problem was my scholarship wasn't as strong as it could have been. But my parents were like supportive and wasn't like, it's not too expensive. So I went. Senior year, I was in a relationship, and I stayed with that girl going into college. So that made freshman year of college miserable.
Yeah.
So then I had really bad grades in freshman year of college, and then ended up transferring home at the end of freshman year after like the worst semester of my fucking life. The shit was miserable. So I lost a decent scholarship that I had a shitty transfer scholarship, went to a basically equally as expensive school, just wasn't no room and board.
Yeah.
It was like a private commuter college, good film program. My classes were like fine. It was a good time, good teachers, but not worth $80,000 in debt.
Dude, I will agree on that. I don't know it's very hard for me outside of like going to medical school. I'm like, I don't know what's worth $80,000.
No, not for a fucking film degree from a New York college. It's not like I went to fucking some film school or something.
You didn't get not a school where you got a bunch of contacts and could immediately start working.
I mean, I could have started. I had like connections where I could have gone through my teachers and gone and worked on films, or like gone to grad school in the city. I had a teacher who like really was pushing for that, and I was just like, I don't really want to do that. It's more money.
That's fair.
But I try not to have regrets, but I probably wouldn't have gone to college in retrospect if I knew what I wanted to do. Because once I transferred and me and that girl broke up, I started streaming and I fell in love with content again, because that's always been my dream since I was like a fucking kid, watching like old YouTubers.
I've been watching YouTube. I've been watching YouTube since before peanut butter jelly time.
It's true, actually.
I was a little kid. And my cousin, I was like, I don't even know how old I was. I must have been like, I must have been in elementary school, maybe.
Do you know what your first YouTube video was?
Yes, it's peanut butter jelly time.
Really?
I'm telling this right now. I was like
crazy.
Elementary, maybe, about there, like before middle school. We were at my cousin's house. He's like, come to my garage. I have something to show you. And he's like, look at this. It's just a regular fucking garage that for some reason there's a PC in. Like, it was next to the tool shed. We're just like gather around this like damply lit area, and he's like, watch this. It's peanut butter jelly time. And I was like, dude, this is sick. Honestly, that might be what I always wanted to do. Art. I think that might have got me into animation because then that's where I was like, I started looking up like stick figure animations, and I would just watch the fight, like where it's just like 10 minutes of stick figures fighting each other to death. Yeah. That's what I watched like super early on YouTube.
Dude, my first was How to Be Ninja by Nigahiga.
How to Be Ninja?
Yeah, you know Nigahiga? Like Ryan Higa? I watched all their early videos. I think like one of my family friends came over and was like, you gotta check this video out. And fucking throwing the big bouncy and great, what is it? Big bouncy inflatable green ball. Sorry, I just had a stroke. When they throw the big yoga ball at the fucking guy and he just hits the deck. We were cracking up at that shit. Weirdly enough, though, I did not have an interest in sketch comedy. What really got me into like wanting to make content was just gaming stuff. Like Achievement Hunter was big, like Rooster Teeth.
I think I really liked Game Grumps and stuff.
I found them pretty late, honestly, like 2015.
I watched them for a while since like... I don't know if it was the start of the channel.
Yeah. Were you JonTron OG?
I think I started with JonTron.
That guy's like looking like racist or some shit.
Yes, I do know that this guy do be a little bit.
What do you do? I don't know.
It's more. I think. I know we could talk about JonTron drama if we want.
Slurs on the show.
He used to say some slurs. I think he was just a slur defender, and then I think for a while, for like a little bit, he went on a deep end where he kind of believed in like race realism, where he was like, the numbers don't lie. Oh, what can I say? But apparently they made up, and Aaron and JonTron did a video together, but I don't know if that happened before or after them stopped being on the show. I think he stopped being on the show. People thought they were fighting. They did a collab video to be like,
I think
they're
he
not
just, like,
fighting.
Lost interest in it, right?
I think so. I think he wanted to pursue more of his JonTron, do like a full like produced show.
Do you know what's so fucking deep fried? I saw a tweet the other day. It was like, dude, I had no idea that the sound effect was a white supremacist or whatever the hell, and it was like
the sound effect.
The what? You know, like his sound effect.
Yeah.
They were like it was like some fucking.
They didn't realize it was a white supremacist.
Teenager. Yeah, they didn't realize that was JonTron.
Zoom in on JonTron's face where he goes, huh? Or like, what? I do love that.
Dude, I was like,
put it in right now.
Like, bro, am I old? Like, how do I
know
too much internet lore that these kids don't fucking know?
When I realized that I like was just what I don't remember the exact context. I think I was just like at Costco or something. I was just out.
We're Costco guys. You ever see that fucking the Costco dad and his son?
I've not seen Costco.
We're Costco guys. Of course, we're gonna get a chicken bake.
Oh,
like
okay.
That meme.
I see it. I know what you're talking about. But I went to this random place. There's a bunch of kids around. They were just talking exactly like everyone in our like friend group does, and I realized that we're all a step away from being full skibbity brained. We don't talk like our peers our age. We talk like elementary school students.
It started out ironic, all the skippity stuff, but we're definitely since we're in content and stuff, and the audience is always evolving and changing, and also there's a lot of young people watching streams and stuff. We are definitely speaking below our generation's vocabulary.
For
or whatever.
sure. The word Riz, I think, has stopped being used by most people outside of our group. Yeah.
I still like call myself the Rizzler of Oz or some shit like that.
Yeah, and then little kids will love that, you know?
Yeah.
But I was just like, the minute I saw that, I felt nothing but shame and disappointment. Just this little kid group walking by having a fun time. I'm like, what are we?
Dude, you got to get into fucking talk about Aura.
Aura?
I've been playing.
Are we doing some crystals or like crystal aura?
Like it's like I don't know what it came from, but I just know it's a thing in like soccer where it's like this player has aura, even though like it doesn't even matter if they're good or bad. It's just like
the Goku, if they have Goku's spirit aura, like they have tangible vibe.
If they have like some sort of intimidation or they're just like badass, even if they're good or bad, they have aura. So
you're trying to bring aura to the mainstream.
I've been playing like CS and like this game called Duck Game with with a couple of my old viewers from stream, and like they've been like grinding Duck Game basically and getting better and better at it
on
over
CS:GO.
No, this is Duck Game.
Oh, sorry. I don't know
game.
why I interpreted that.
Well, basically, I used to play it on stream all the time, and it's basically this arcade like fast-paced like platforming.
Oh wait, I actually know you're. That's like the Adult Swim game, isn't it? Where it's like it's like a 2D platformer. You pick up random guns and like spawn around,
and it's like one shot.
It's like
ragdoll,
ragdoll almost. Like if you hit somebody.
There's a ragdoll button to like it. You can do it. There's a lot of crazy tech. In this game.
I do know Duck Game.
It's actually a very fucking deep game, even though it looks like it isn't. It's
not
awesome.
sponsored. Not
it's
sponsored.
So much fun.
Don't play it.
But I used to win like every fucking game just because me and my old friend Harris in high school used to 1v1 each other on it back when it was like just came out. We were just like, oh, this looks like a fun game.
Yeah.
So I already had like some of the tech down and knew how to do shit. So when I brought it to like my viewers, I was just like way ahead of the curve and I would just win every fucking game. And it just became a thing where it got more and more and more competitive.
Because the other guys started catching up.
They always trying to beat me. I was always the one they tried to take down. Over the course of my entire streaming career, like basically never lost. Then
lies.
These days, like the two guys I was playing with yesterday have like speed ran the arcade mode on the game and like
speed running Duck Game.
They do all the crazy tech, like all the angle shots. That's crazy. If you know, you know. But
the 2% of people, not even
like,
2%.
No
I don't even
fucking know.
No
Basically,
one's gonna know Duck Game.
It's a mechanic. Basically, you can only shoot horizontal, or if you hold A to flutter, you can shoot straight up. But if you jump and then tap a flutter, like your guy's gun, basically the gun doesn't immediately go up.
Yeah.
Kind of like,
so you can angle it slightly.
It kind of like slowly goes up. Not slowly, but like it'll be like this basically, like every time you flutter. So if you slightly flutter, it can shoot at an angle. And then the opposite, when you turn around, your gun kind of like flips and goes downwards for a sec and then raises back up.
So people are doing just weird ass movement to try to trick the gun.
If you flutter and then turn around and shoot at the same time, it'll like flick the gun down and then come back up. So if you shoot while the gun's down, you can shoot downwards diagonally. If you like flick and shoot, and it'll shoot that way. Oh, it's crazy. It's awesome tech. But lately they've been like, I've been playing with them a little bit, and both times we've played, I'll lose the first two games, get warmed up, and then game 3, I'll fucking dominate.
Yeah.
But whenever they win,
sounds like you have a 2 to 3 lose ratio. That's all I'm saying.
Basically, nowadays, well, I don't claim to be the GOAT anymore because I'm washed up. I haven't played as much as they have. Obviously, they're sweats.
I don't know. It sounds like you were trying to like hype yourself up there while being like, oh yeah, I usually lose the first 2, but like I'll get a third one.
That's nowadays.
Okay.
So basically, what I say is I'm like an old dog. Can't teach an old dog new tricks. You know what I mean? But I still have aura.
I call that washed.
I've got the fucking aura.
I don't know if
that's why I call myself that. I self-deprecate myself or what is it called? Not defecate. That's shitting.
Okay, well we can circle back to the shitting because you have another shit story too.
Self-deprecation. What is it called?
Yeah, self-deprecation.
Like I attack myself so that they can't hurt me. You know, I do it to myself.
Now this feels a little bit more like therapy than anything else. Now you're like, I hurt people, so they can't hurt me.
I hurt myself. I attack myself so that they can attack me.
Yeah.
And then I have the high ground. So I basically say like, oh, I'm fucking washed. You're losing to a washed up player. And then whenever they win, I'm like, yeah, you won, but you don't have aura. Like I have aura.
The man with the biggest ego shits on himself the most too.
Literally,
so you have to compensate for your big ego by also being like, oh, I'm a piece of shit.
Well, the ego's still there because I'm like, dude, I've won like a million times more games than you guys. You guys could never beat me back in the day. And even now,
while they're stomping your ass.
No, not even. It's always close. Like I'll lose the first two by like 2 to 4 points, maybe, and then game 3 I'll wash them and I'll be like, you just don't have aura like I do. I still got it, baby. I still got it.
You know, I'll say the same thing applies to me in Melee. Like if I'm like practice, if I'm picking up the game, I'm like, give me a game or two, and then I'm rolling him.
I haven't played in a while, guys, and your Dr. Mario washes whatever was on the fucking setup.
I beat Simply, but oh my god, I'll say I'm upset about that. We were sitting down to play. I used to only play in Ultimate, and I don't like Ultimate at all. So one day we actually had a Melee setup. Me and him played. I picked my main because I was like, all right, we're gonna do like a real game because me and him both play. He picked Falco. Well, I think Falco, and he's like, that's my main guy. After I beat him, he was like, all right, now I'm gonna put in my real main guy.
Dude,
I'm like, what the fuck is this bullshit?
He was sharking you.
I was so mad. I'm like, you disrespectful. I will say when he switched, he did beat me.
He was sharking you, bro.
He did beat me with the second one, but I got him on the first time, and that's fucked up to not pick your main. That's disrespectful. You always pick your main when we're doing that.
My Melee roster is not deep. My Ultimate roster is like kind of deep. Like I have a couple characters I can cook with. Melee, I got one character.
I have 3 or 4 for Melee, which is
I don't got that shit.
Doc Mario, Samus, Yoshi, and then for fun, I don't wobble, but for fun, Ice Climbers.
Ice Climbers
because people don't know what the fuck to do with them. I swear to God, it's like it's the unlock to make them feel so dumb.
I watched enough sets to know what to do with Ice Climbers.
You don't know what to do.
Away, and then
you don't.
You basically you separate them, and then you attack one, attack the other, attack one.
Remind me. We're doing Melee. We're doing Melee for one of these.
One of these gaming videos.
One of these gaming videos. We're doing Melee, dude. I'm beating your ass with Ice Climbers. You're gonna be like,
not against my Sheik.
I'm beating your ass again.
You cannot beat my Sheik.
All right, we're setting it up now.
Sheik is the only character I play because it just feels the nicest and it's not too heavy.
Versus Sheik, I can definitely get. I still think I can also get Ice versus Sheik.
First of all, last time we played Doc versus Sheik, I won.
I don't know if this is true. I can't validate
this. It was in the old house in the northern town that we used to live in.
No, there's some bullshit. I remember you walked away. I was like, come on.
What do you mean I didn't walk away?
There must have been bullshit.
It was you, me, and Noah. I would wax Noah and then wax you with my Sheik. That was back when I was playing a lot though because
not
of
a fair game.
The Juber tournament. Mm-hmm. So I was kind of.
I placed higher in the Juber tournament.
Yeah, but we didn't run into each other in bracket. I ran into a Falco, which is like my worst matchup.
Hey, why didn't we run into each other?
Because you fourth. I lost in semis.
I got second.
You went to grand finals and got waxed by the guy.
It should have been me versus you. Should have been me versus you.
I took the guy you got 3-0'd by. I took the game 5.
He's a grabber. He grabs. It's not fair. If I did Ice Climbers, I should have. If I picked up Ice Climbers, I would have won. I would have won with Ice Climbers. I wouldn't have wobbled them, but I would have won because that's the biggest thing. Because they try to grab, I'll always just like immediately do like the slight run back. So they grab the wrong guy. You
know what the fucked up thing is? After that tournament, I realized that Sheik like forward smash is dog shit. I just had too much muscle memory of forward smashing for some reason. Mm-hmm. And if I was down smashing that entire set, I would have killed him about like 2 or 3 times and I would have won the set.
That's definitely a thing. You kind of just have to. You got to get some. I didn't know the character enough
because I'm not a big Smash guy.
That's the decision that got me from Mario to Dr. Mario. Was like every time I like listened to like how the different characters were. Like I was originally gonna do Mario, but everybody's like, Doc's just better because he's like a weight class like lower, so it's like heavy.
He's a little heavier, yeah.
So he's like it's a lot harder to get killed. And with Mario / Dr. Mario, they're like they're up close characters, so like you're gonna be getting like those bigger hits against you.
Yeah.
The only downside with Doc is his like Mario's the fireball. That hitbox is literally like 3 times bigger than Doc's is. Doc, you literally have to put your hand against their face in order for it to affect.
Yeah, I'm definitely more of a keep my distance and use my reach sort of guy. So when a Falco is just like fucking all up in my face trying to pillar me, I get fucking rolled.
I have so much fun having my two mains be Dr. Mario and Samus because they're like antithesis of each other.
Yeah.
Especially playing against each other, like Doc's like a perfect counter to Samus because the cape versus all the projectiles. So like if somebody counterpicks me for Doc, I'll just use Samus and then I reverse counterpick them and they don't know what to do because now I'm like, instead of chasing them around the map, I'm staying as far as possible.
Character.
Now I'm like, yeah, try to get me, bitch.
I don't even have a secondary in that game. I guess Fox, but my Fox is like not good at all.
Dude, they move quick. Like I know for anyone who hasn't played the game, switching to Fox or Falco literally feels like you're playing the game on 3 times speed.
I would get fucking arthritis. Like
I would too. I mean, that's why players, they literally do.
I already have like muscle pain in my left hand from, believe it or not, pogo stuck. I used to, for some reason, when I was speedrunning, I would be so tense in my hand that like I would just grip the controller too hard. Yeah. So like I have like a pain that like if I don't, I guess like stretch or whatever the fuck. Yeah. I get like a pain and like that shoots up the tendon or whatever the fuck in my left hand.
Real athletic injuries. You're a real sport gamer.
Yeah, that and my fucking crippling shin splints from fucking soccer and hockey and
getting kicked in the shins all the time, dude.
Well, no, it was a muscle injury. It's not bruise or it's like.
Cut this out.
You not know what shin splints are?
No, cut this out. Remove this.
Shin splints are just like an overwhelming cramp in your shin when you like run a lot, and it's just like you just see your muscle like seizes up like a Charlie horse.
I get those in bed.
What the fuck?
Yes.
You gotta stretch, bro. Drink some. That's lack of water.
That's absolutely
if you're not doing
true.
anything, you shouldn't get.
Why do you think I have such a comically big water cup? Because I have always struggled with drinking enough water. So I get like a giant water cup because otherwise if I need to refill a cup and it's empty, I'm going to wait till the end of the day to refill that cup.
Dude, okay, so back to the shitting topic.
Don't circle back to shitting. Wait, you look a lot better now.
Oh yeah, I do.
You do look great. So you had a story you wanted to tell me?
What I was saying was at some point, we were talking about drinking a lot of water. Yep. At some point, my body switched from when I get really drunk, I throw up and then go to sleep because I got too dizzy and too drunk, to I am fine and then I wake up in the morning and have hangover shits. And I think it's due to the fact that I was a lot better after I graduated from college, or after I transferred home from college. I was a lot better when I drank at just chugging water before and after, or just like drinking water throughout the day, because the dizzy drunken spins that make you throw up is probably from just lack of hydration.
Oh,
and then
almost
you get really
certainly
lightheaded and spinny.
I'll have sometimes I'll be in bed and it might just be because I believe this to be so true. But like I'll be in, the nightmare, the fugue state where you're just like,
the fugue state.
God, please, I just want to go to bed. Please stop spinning. Please stop spinning. I remember there's water next to me. I'll sip it. I swear, spinning stops immediately.
See, I don't even.
It's full of my head.
I don't even get to that point anymore, because when I get home from like a party or something, I will like chug like half of like the Gatorade bottle of water that I have.
Get some electrolytes in
like,
there.
Some granola bars or like something out of the kitchen or something. I make sure I eat and drink before I go to sleep. I've been very good at taking care of a drunk.
I don't make sure I eat, but I do make sure now that I'm well hydrated.
Yeah.
I'll chug a big thing of water before going to bed for sure. Not Gatorade. I probably should upgrade to Gatorade, I'll say.
Well, take that as a message, ladies and gentlemen.
What did you learn?
Drink a lot of water so you don't get drunk.
That's today's lesson. Also drink a lot of water, but be careful about the shits that come afterwards.
Yeah, you can't avoid the shits, but you can't avoid the dizzy throw-ups.
Dude, that sucks.
Thank you for watching the Bozo Pod. Stay tuned for more episodes, more videos coming. But welcome to the beginning of an effortlessly cool channel.
Stay cool, bozos.
Later.
Dickheads.
Fucking assholes.
Assholes.
Idiots.
Dicks.
Morons. Bozos.
Bozos.